Welcome to Zen in a Moment, episode 42 with Zen Cryer DeBrook. Today I want to talk to you about joy. How does joy happen? When does it show up? And how can we get more of it? What I've found in following my internal guidance system is that when you follow your openings, joy happens. Now, what is joy? Think about it for a second. When does joy occur? A lot of times for me, a joy occurs when I see something in nature, when I'm doing something physical with my body and my mind is quiet. Babies bring joy. There's an innocence and a presence and a beauty that brings joy. Puppies, dogs, kittens, cats bring joy. It's these brief moments in our life that we have where we lose our thinking for just a moment and we drop into a presence with another living being that's loving. Now, I believe that nature is loving. When I'm out in nature, I actually feel this divine grace and presence and beauty that feels very loving to me. I want you to think for a moment what brings you joy. Is it your grandchildren, your beloved, some super hobby that you totally enjoy doing, right? Was it the holidays? Is it a particular person in your family? Is it a particular place on earth that you go to? What brings you joy? Well, here's how I've discovered that using your internal guidance system is as a pathway to joy, and what I believe is happening when we have this joyous experience. So when you follow your openings, and in the Smart Soul Academy, one of the practices that you learn is how to be in flow. Being in flow is when you drop into your listening, which you've learned from listening to these recordings, the Zen in a Moments. You drop into your listening and you feel this energy. If you just wait for 15 to 30 to 40 seconds, you begin to feel an energy. It's an opening good energy that feels like it's coming up through your solar plexus and moving you towards an action. And it'll usually be in relationship also with a thought. You'll have a thought like, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee, and this upwelling happens. The upwelling begins to happen from thing to thing to thing. So imagine what I like to do is I'd like to imagine when I'm like cooking a big dinner for a group of people. I'm moving around the kitchen and there's this natural flow to it. Or maybe it's when you're cleaning your house on one of those great spring cleaning days and you pick up this and you move that and you put this away and you see this and you scrub it down, and all of a sudden, a couple hours later, you're done and the house looks amazing and you didn't think about it at all. It just all happened, right? We get into these flow moments with sports. We get into these flow moments when we're really engaged in a hobby. We get into these flow moments with our children, in nature, all these different places where we're thoughtless. We're not thinking. We're moving through life in an experience that is coming through us and into the world. It's one of the most precious things, and scientists have actually been studying this for many, many years. And one of the things that they've found is that we are able to get into this moment. And in this moment, we have information that we wouldn't have otherwise. So like, for instance, what I mean by that is a surfer is another good example of having that moment of flow where there's this perfection happening where you're thoughtless and moving into the experience. And one surfer in particular won a championship. And there's a particular way that you ride a tube. I'm not a surfer. This was just a story in a book that I read called The Collective Flow. And so what happens is that you're in this tube and there's a particular way you have to lean your body in order to stay in the tube and be in this balanced state. And as he was in that, there was something else called for because of the way the tube was moving. And he went counterintuitive to what he's done his entire life and moved in a particular way that led him to extend his ride and win the championship. And they caught it on tape. And when they asked him, how did he know to do that? Because it's completely counterintuitive to what you would have done. He says, I don't know, my body did it for me. And that's what flow is like. It's like, I don't know, my body did it for me. And if you think about those moments, like I've been in dance floors where I didn't know the music. There's a DJ playing. I don't know what they're going to do next. Necessarily from a mental place. And maybe you've had this experience too if you've played music or danced or done anything of that nature. Golf is another good one where we find this flow experience. And that my body moved into a completely different pattern and step right as the music was being changed by the DJ, and it was perfect. It was almost as if My body knew what music he was going to go transition into next, right? And so, and those moments, like having that experience where I'm in that, brings great joy. Joy comes from flow, and flow comes from going from opening to opening to opening in a thoughtless way. And I'm using thoughtless in a beautiful way. That thoughtlessness that I'm talking about is this perfection of dropping into your listening and feeling that divine presence and hum. That divine moment where you're sitting there feeling your feet and your hands and experiencing the sound around you. By the way, everybody, I now live near a train, so you're gonna hear that train whistle and that ka-thunk, ka-thunk, ka-thunk as it goes by on several of my audios, because I there's so many I can't stop and stop the recording and wait. So I happen to love trains, so it's a beautiful thing for me. But as I was talking about dropping into your listening, there's this train sound behind me that I love. But there's an energy, you know the energy. If you don't go back to some of the beginning Zen in a moments and go through the listening practice ones, because there's a presence inside of you that's always there. And the only thing that's stopping you from being in the middle of that harmonic, it's almost harmonic. It's like harmony inside of energies inside your body when you drop into your listening. At least that's how it is for me. And the only thing that's stopping you from feeling that is your mind. The vibrational frequency of the thoughts that you hold, if they're not opening, counterbalances and closes down in a way, not the presence of the harmonic vibrational experience, but your awareness of it. So joy comes from staying in the opening. There's a life force energy that begins to flow through you and move you, just as if you're dancing or you're in music or you're in nature. And one of the goals, and if you haven't joined Smart Soul Academy, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's completely affordable, and the work inside of there is gorgeous and significant and will transform your life into something you love. Go join now. Right now, go to Smart Soul Academy and join and start your first practice. We start with the listening practice and this harmonic energy, right? But life and joy literally comes from following the opening moment to moment, to being in flow, to dropping in and waiting for the next thing that is to come through you. Now, I know for some people, they get concerned because there's been a lot of concerns about something taking over your body or demonic presence or what's leading you and all of that. I've had a few emails where people have contacted me and said, what if, or does this add up to what, we hear in the Bible about spirits and different things? And I want to tell you that the fruit of following your internal guidance system is always full and beautiful and amazing for everyone around you. Judge the fruit. I do not believe this is anything but your own divine presence coming through on your own divine, perfect blueprint that you're here to be a part of and produce. But check out, if you have any concerns like that in following flow or feeling this energy, look at the fruit, look at the health, look at the vibration, look at the love, look at the joy, look at the harmony that comes around. Over and over and over again, students report how all of their life moves into this place where everything is working and everyone is happy. All right, so go chase the joy. Go follow your openings. Go join Smart Soul Academy, people. All right, I love you, and I'm sending you blessings. And go forth and have an amazing day. Are you feeling stuck? Are you in your own personal Groundhog Day? I know what that feels like. And I want to let you know, if you're enjoying the Zen in a Moment mini pods, I have something even more profound and powerful for you. I have a community that I've started, Fear Free Human Collective, and there is a free level. It costs nothing to join. In that free level, you'll get a free trial of our 14-day quick start program called the Fear Free Mind Experience. You get the first 4 days of that. And you also get access to our membership area where we have a general discussion where you can meet other people who are using their internal guidance system. And I have a monthly masterclass that I do where we take on a topic every single month where you examine your closings and I share with you how to get rid of closing thinking. For instance, I know 1 month that we did is the self-sabotage, all the thinking we have that's negative about ourselves and who we are and what we do and what we're accomplishing and how far along we are in life. And we get together and we will explore that and release all those closings and find openings. I want to have you come and join this program. It's free for you to join. If you want to do more, you can. It's super affordable. But at least come join the free and be around people who are like-minded like you and who are learning to use their internal guidance system. I want to enjoy this with you and have you be a part of this, because if you're listening to this mini pod, you're special and you have something to contribute to the world. And I want to know more about you and what you're here to do. So go to BeFearFreeNow.com and check out what we have to offer. Check out the people in the community. You'll get to see our members in our membership directory, and you're going to you'll find that the people who are attracted to the internal guidance system work are pretty awesome. They're very special. I hope to see you there. I'm sending you love and blessings. Go forth and have an amazing day.